Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ready Steady Play.
Hey guys,
I'm Mike.
I'm Michael.
Yep, we did that because otherwise it would get confusing.
It would, because we are the same but not.
The same but not.
Yeah.
We do have a remarkable number of similarities and key differences.
Indeed. A name being one of them. Same but different.
We're both twins, but we're not twins with each other.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a thing. Hey, look, enough
We
of
can
that.
we can reel all the things that we're alike.
Enough of that shit, let's talk about this. Look at this.
Ooh,
this is
what's this, Mike?
This is Legends Untold,
Ooh.
which it was a Kickstarter that I missed out on, and then I met them at UKG, and I was like, gimme.
It's like, I want it.
I was like, I'm going to tell all your legends on the internet, and then it will just be legends told.
Are they legends yet to be told?
Well,
or are they things...
I don't know, because
they
doesn't the
legends that
act of writing them down and putting them in this box tell them? Or do we have to play them in order for them to be told?
Does that mean...
Or do I have to play them and then tell someone else about them in order for them to be told?
Does that mean... I don't know, it sort of like dictates that they don't even exist yet. My brain hurts.
Legends Untold.
Oh, they exist, but we don't know about them. Does that mean they exist, though? Oh my word.
Well, they clearly exist. They're in this box. So this is a card game, adventure card... this is a card game, adventure game.
A card game, adventure game.
Basically, some evil dudes came and destroyed our village, and now we have to save our people by leading them through the Weeping Caves. It should be fairly easy, though, because it says novice set. So you should be able to do this.
I knew you were going to say that. I was just about to get in there. Ooh, one for me! I was like, too slow.
Well, I asked them for the super hardcore advanced set, but they said you're not ready.
You're not ready.
For,
I'm ready.
You may be ready. They said to me, you're not ready.
Sewer? Give me that sewer. I'm down. I can go in.
Oh, there is a sewer set. Yeah, there's
I can dive in.
There's a number of expansion sets referred to in the manual that I just don't know where they come from.
I'd love it if a baddie was a fat ball.
A fat ball?
Yeah.
What's a fat ball?
Have you never heard of these? Apparently they're all over London. They're blocking up the sewer systems, and it's basically huge balls of fat. And the people are having to go and there was a TV show. Google it. And it's there's a proper dirty fat ball blocking London. It was absolutely ginormous. It was the size of a house. I think I'm exaggerating. Maybe the size of a car. It was huge. A fat ball. You heard it. You may not have heard it here first, but you may have.
Well, that's obviously not in Legends Untold, the Fat Ball Sewers set, because that story's already been told, Michael, therefore it can't be a Legend Untold.
True. And would they have had fat in the old days?
Yeah, fat's always been around.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually part of the body.
Yeah, but you wouldn't cut it off yourself and cook with it, would you?
I mean, I don't know what they did back then. It's hard times.
Maybe they pressed olive oil.
Hey, I've got a good idea. Why don't we focus on getting our people into this dungeon?
I'm sorry, I'm being really bad today. I'm distracted. Concentrate.
So, yes, our people have been wiped out by some evil folks. I'm looking at the box, help me, box.
Goblins.
We are the Sacks.
Oh, yeah.
And...
love a good sax.
We've been invaded by the newcomers, who are evil armored elves, and they have powerful magic, and they're chasing us out of our city, and so we're on the way to the mighty city of Dunmordain to look for respite. And we've got to negotiate the Weeping Caves in order to get there. Now there's a, 9 or 10 part sort of campaign of linked scenarios.
In the booklet.
In the campaign book, which is that one on top. And if you negotiate these campaign levels, you'll take 4 elders of the village, plus the population of the village, through the scenarios, and you'll track the population and their well-being, and you might lose out if they all die, and they don't. You can also make difficulty levels if it's too hard or too easy or whatever, but you can go through and it'll tell you a story. There it is. There's the story.
Okay. And you start on episode 1, which is find shelter, which makes sense if you're going through a cave.
Yep, you've got to find shelter for the peoples.
So,
I note the starting population is 32, so I guess Sax was a pretty small town. Or everybody's dead. But we're not going to do that.
no.
Because there's also a whole ton of standalone scenarios which can be played with characters of different levels. There's actually there's a leveling up mechanic, and it's unlikely you're going to see the leveling up in this playthrough because we're going to play through a scenario, and then you level up every time you complete a scenario. So you can still kind of come back with your characters and do the thing.
So, for example...
or you can just start with higher level characters and go straight in the middle of the scenarios if you want.
If you hadn't... Like... If you were confident that you didn't need
if you had played the first 5 already and then forgotten what you'd done.
Yeah.
But the characters, they level up by getting more cards. They level up by... You can take these... everyone has this starting weapon, and it's a bit crap.
Yeah.
But then you can upgrade it to the upgraded version of it, which is better. So the way the levels kind of work is by giving you additional cards with abilities on, or by taking existing cards that you've got and just flipping them to an upgraded side. So it's quite simple. There's no numbers or calculations or adding and subtracting. It's just adding cards or flipping cards, which is quite elegant. It's quite nice, I think.
Yeah.
I like that quite a bit.
Seems easy. We shall wait and see.
Well, we're not going to get to leveling up, though, because we're going to do a level 1 scenario.
Good.
The scenarios are basically standalone missions that you can play with friends, or you can play whatever if you're not up for starting the campaign, or you don't want to start it, or you've
maybe just want to get a feel for it.
Yeah, maybe you just want to get a feel for the game. So we're going to be playing one of these standalone scenarios for characters of level 1 to 2, and it's called... Well, there were 2. The first one was Go in the Cave. So we thought that sounds...
the cave.
Yeah, it sounds a bit boring. So we thought we'd jump straight into number 2, Missing Adventurers. They're missing now.
There you go. And they come on these funky little cards here, and it tells you how to set up each adventure.
And it says, several adventurers have gone missing while exploring the Weeping Caves.
Ooh.
Recover the...
I'm sorry, what?
Recover the treasure map they took with them and try to find any information they might have left behind.
Treasure map. I love a good treasure map.
I fucking love treasure maps. Let's do it.
It better have an X on it.
This is the cave mouth, and so this is where we start. We're going to go in there.
Ooh.
Oh, I see what you mean by upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this card that's the right way up, but then that's the cave entrance there, so we either explore towards us, or we put it upside down if we want to explore away from us, but then the card's upside down.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll have to put it like that.
Yeah.
Which feels weird that we'd be exploring towards us. I don't know why that feels weird.
Yeah, because normally you
this is our
go
party.
away from yourself, don't you?
Yeah, you explore into the cave. Now it feels
Because you wouldn't explore going backwards, would you? That would be dumb. Because you wouldn't see where you're going.
Yeah, but nobody would sneak up on you.
No. You could sneak up on that.
Hey, you're a 4chan.
Hey, I am. I think I don't want. I think I might be called. I want to call myself something funky. What would a 4chan be called? I call him
Hammer.
No.
MC Hammer.
See what you did there. I want to call him like
Dwayne.
Ulrich.
Ulrich.
Yeah. The Forge Hand or Boris.
I think he should be called Hans.
Hans. Does he look like a Hans, guys?
Yeah, you can't say it like that. Yeah,
Hans.
Yeah, Hans is Super Hans from Peep Show. Hans is a Nordic guy, or the villain from from
Frozen.
No, although yes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know better than me. I was thinking of Hans Gruber from
Hans
Hard.
Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
I love how you went to Die Hard and I went to Frozen. Yeah, I'm going to blame my niece, but...
Yeah, you'd love to do that, wouldn't you? It's once a year. No, we love Frozen. So I'm an evicted noble. I was obviously evicted because of my town being burnt down and destroyed, but I'm also Keanu Reeves.
You also did something that cannot be told.
Oh yeah, don't tell that legend, or we'll have none left.
Yeah.
For the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What's cool about these characters, actually, which I really like, there's 4 of them in the box, and they all have a lady version on the back. She's
kind of hot.
Yeah, she's cute. I could be the lady version of the evicted noble, but then I wouldn't be Keanu Reeves anymore.
No.
And
My
Keanu Reeves
lady
is
version
excellent.
looks like she means business. She's like, get away from my kiln.
Good one, Michael. Can you imagine that action sequence?
Yeah.
Like fighting in the forge, she defeats all the orcs. She's like, "Stay away from my kiln, motherfucker!"
She's very protective over it.
So in this version, I don't think we have any people or anyone with us. We're just two people going into a cave to steal the treasure that was done by others.
Yeah, Hans is angry.
We're basically just taking other people's efforts. So we've got here some more cards that we have to put out. This is our readiness card. This will tell us whether the party is alert or asleep. We start with no status.
You're always asleep.
Here is a guide on how to do basic tests. This is the turn sequence, which is super important. We'll need that to remember it. And here are some conditions. You'll get one, and I'll get one.
Thanks.
That tells us what happens if we're on fire.
Conditions. Ooh. All sorts of like funky things on here.
Oh yeah, there's your icon map.
Iconography.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
It's absolutely a word.
Yeah.
Well done.
I did English. Hard to believe. There we go. And that's like if fire, fear, or poison.
So these are conditions. These are states that can happen to us, especially if we're in a bad way.
Yeah.
So the turn sequence is scouting, in which we scout a new room, and then adventure phase, in which we have an adventure in that room.
Yeah.
Exploration phase, in which we can explore anything in the room we haven't encountered, and then finally a rest phase, in which case we can recover before we go into the next room. So the adventure takes place as we adventure through the caves in a sequence of rooms that actually kind of reminds me of a ye olde game called Sorcerer's Cave, which was the same basic idea. You'd go between rooms in a cave and have adventures in them, but it was much simpler than this. Also, this
Why are we not playing that?
cooperative? Because I don't have it. If anyone has Sorcerer's Cave and would like to see us play it, please send it to me. I love Sorcerer's Cave.
Oh, I want to play it.
To be fair, you can get it on eBay for like basically nothing, I think.
Can you? Maybe I should buy it for us.
Well, no, yeah.
Unless
buy
you'd
it,
like to send
buy
it.
it for me, Michael. So wait, so first we decide whether or not we're leaving our current room through the dark exit or ambient exit.
Ooh.
There's also a campsite here, but we don't need to camp. We're in full health, good health, going into the cave.
Yeah, I ate my lunch.
I have a Seax. That's my weapon. It's one letter away from sexy.
I have a worn axe. I think I've been playing with it
Told
too
you
much.
to sharpen it before getting here. All right, onwards.
Shall we... I was going to say, shall we go dark?
I mean, I think at this point in time. So the ambient exit helps us if there's traps because we'll see them. And the dark exit helps us if there's monsters because we can sneak up on them. So, I mean, at this stage, I think it makes little odds. So let's take the dark exit.
Cool.
There we go. And now we have to decide marching order, I think.
I think you can be the scout if you like.
We can just
'Cause
throw
I
the
think
lead of the wolves. Sure, why not?
Because I've got... I don't know. You're a noble. You're meant to lead from the front.
So there's a scout and a guard. The scout's at the front. The guard's at the back. Everybody else is in the middle, but we don't have any more friends because we want all the treasure for ourselves.
Yeah.
So we just didn't bring them. Okay, so then I think it's draw a card. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no, now we have to decide whether or not we're going to sneak.
Ooh. Now sneak takes more time, doesn't it?
Yeah, sneak makes it safer, but increases time.
Lazy.
Yeah. Well, seeing as we're in the dark exit, I've decided we don't need to sneak.
Okay.
It's
Fine.
overkill. All right, we have found the Dark Lake.
Ooh. See, that makes sense.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. We go through the dark exit, we find... So, now there's an obstacle here, which is the opposite, really, of what we wanted. We wanted a monster, but there's an obstacle, so that's how that works.
Okay.
We're going to have to encounter the obstacle.
Do we not need to roll to check how...
I picked up some dice, because I do remember we need to roll, yes. We need to make a scouting test to decide readiness. So I've got 3 dice here. I'm going to add 2, because it's... No, I'm not. Am I going to add 2?
No, isn't it 3?
No, to the scouting check, I think you only add... you add 2 if you were sneaking. And then do you not also get 2 for being in the dark? No, that's a complete lie. A complete fabrication.
No.
In point of fact, you get no bonuses to this other than any cards that give you bonuses.
Exactly. Or +2 if you were sneaking.
+2 if you were sneaking.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm looking to beat 10. I've rolled
30.
13.
Yeah.
Nice. One more and it would have been a critical. 4 or higher on the scout test is a critical.
Nearly would have been alert.
Which means it's alert. But seeing as we've passed, we are bold, which is still better than careless. So let's find out what our obstacle is, buddy.
Cool. So I will
draw a card from the obstacle deck.
Yeah.
And we'll have a look at what that
So
is.
here I am. And so we've got the water dive.
Okay, it's a trial, a basic test. One hero must test swim to overcome the passage ahead dips down into cool greenish blue water. It is unclear how deep it is. Beware of sharks. Good shark, Michael.
I was thinking it was more of a dog. Well, what noises do sharks make? Apart from dun it.
Well, either. I mean, aren't they called the silent killer? Or is that farts?
Depends who you're with.
Alright, so we're going to have to overcome our water dive here.
I have Hans has good brawn.
So if we were alert, we would get +3 to this check, but we're not, so we don't. So you've got brawn versus 11.
So I have 2 brawn.
Right, and if we succeed with brawn, we become careless, which is not ideal.
No.
And if we fail with brawn, everyone takes a wound. Then we've got grit will. My will is 2, which is not terrible. And then, so it says, with brawn, it's swim, time to get wet. With grit, that's stealing our will. It says, okay, guys, let's slowly push along the edge where it's shallow. So that's kind of like using our brains and stuff. So that takes time, but we get to stay bold. And then spot is reason. I have 2 reason as well. And it says, I think I see some air pockets, and we dive into the water. And then, in which case, we'd become alert, but it would also cost us time.
Reason.
Now, I note that there's only a discovery in this cave. So I think, actually, with a discovery, it's not too bad. Like
there's no monster, is there?
Yeah, being careless in a cave with a discovery is not too bad.
Agreed.
Note that this also has flooding on it, so don't we have to add a flooding token to the area?
We do.
Okay, well, I'll find that while you focus on this brawn check.
Okay. Are we doing the brawn?
Yeah, why not? Because, I mean, we've only got a discovery after this.
So we've got to get 11.
Yep, you've got to get 11.
I think that's possible.
And you add 2, and you can check your smithing and your caving to see if there's any additional bonuses there.
Yeah. Gonna read.
So we've all got 2 sort of like talents. We've gone with the recommended character setup. But if you want, you can build your own characters. And there's loads of different weapons talents, which look like this. And loads of different sort of like character talents, which look like this. And so these have all got different skills, and you can exhaust these cards to use your skills. And when you get wounded in combat, you flip them over. They're called drained, and they act like hit points. And if they're all drained, you go unconscious. But you can make your own selection. We're using a preset that they recommended because we don't want to just fail and die immediately. We don't know what we're doing, but there are loads of these cards, so there's lots of options for character building, which is pretty cool.
This isn't a party test, unfortunately, is it? It's a trial.
No, it's a trial, which means only Michael has to do it right.
Oh, basic test, sorry.
Yeah, it's a trial basic test, yeah.
So, I do have gain +2 to your current test on any event that requires Fart Cloud or Swim.
Yep.
So that gives me +2 for being a cave brother, or gain +1 to your brawn for your current test.
Gas or flood, by the way, is what that is.
Gas. Yes. See, fart wasn't too wrong. Or +2 if it's a climb, but it's not a climb, is it?
Well, why don't you use that to get +2 on your water tech?
Might as well.
Here. Swim brawn. Well, it's got water on it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that.
No, but that's an event card, isn't it? On any event that requires gas, or this is not an event.
Oh, it's a trial, isn't it?
Yeah, the event cards are these ones here, and they sort of measure how long we've got until the cave collapses and merges us.
All right then. So, but I can get
That's
+1.
not true. Wait, that's how long till you run out of time.
I can get +1 to my brawn for any test.
Great, do that.
Okay. So I've now got 3.
I mean, all your exhausted cards come back when you rest at the end of the sort of round anyway. That's a 9.
+3 is 12.
12. You've passed. It was an 11. So we become careless as we swim through the water, splashing around and haphazardly just making noise and stuff. Good. So
Good.
now we're into the dark lake. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Da-da-da.
And now we're in the dark lake. And now we're gonna check these symbols here. We note that there's some kind of animals and insects present in this cave area. Also, there's a discovery icon which happens now. So what happens, Michael, is you turn over adventure cards until you find a discovery.
Adventure?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a foe. Discard it.
Layers.
That's
Trap.
a trap. Discard that too. We're just looking for discovery.
Four.
Who shuffled these?
Me.
Shiny rocks.
Four.
Good Lord, Michael.
Oh my word. Loot.
This is going to be a short adventure. Here we go.
Here we go.
A rune stone. So this is a curiosity, and it's another test. And it's one hero may test. Oh, allow me to indulge you. The runestone. A tall stone stands proud of the rock. Its glowing runes shine in the darkness.
Pretty.
My character's just face palms. So here we've got the test results and what happens based on the results we get. So the best result allows us to look at future locations and sort of sort the order of them. We've also got a bonus to scouting, which is always good. And then the bottom two involve wasting time. So
You're a waste of my time.
this is a reason test +0. Now, I've got pretty good reason, so I could give this a stab.
I have a rubbish reason. So if you want to go... Well, I think you should do it. Because
Well,
my reasoning is sucks.
Oh, I also get a bonus to this.
Oh, do you? You should definitely do it.
So I've got mastery. Because I've a talent here, which matches the symbol at the top of the card. That's called mastery. And what that means is I get to roll 4 dice and pick the 3 best results. Furthermore, it says here, after resolving a card with this symbol, the stalactite or stalagmite symbol, someone on the internet will know, you can conduct a careful search in this location at no time cost, which is great, so I can search for treasure.
Nice. I'm going to go might. It's a 50-50 chance and I probably got it wrong.
The hangy down ones.
Yeah.
Stalagmite.
Rather than the standy up ones.
So I will not exhaust this yet because I don't do it yet, but I do it later. But I will now take my solve
dice.
reason check. Yes, that's right, because I have mastery. Woo!
Uh-oh.
So that's a 9, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, 13.
You think you understand the warning signs. Gain +2 to the next scouting test.
Ooh.
I actually like that.
That's good.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
So I will also exhaust Born Beneath, which allows us now to make a careful search. So a careful search is when we go searching through the cave to find loot and stuff. Normally you can only do this if there's a search icon on the map, but I have my special talent that allows me to do it. So I will do that. So
Let's do it.
what we do now is...
Shall we do it tomorrow?
Is it that time?
I think it's that time.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun. This is because you wasted all our time chatting shit at the start.
Moi?
I, of course, am blameless and flawless. And never at fault.
Never. Always my fault.
You're my token scapegoat.
Oh, can I have a badge?
Print it on a t-shirt. You never buy me anything.
You never treat me.
I spent all my money on YouTube equipment.
It's like, what kind of like organization is this? It's like, I can't have a freebie. I want a t-shirt
Look,
printed.
if you've got a
I
complaint
want
about
Ready
me...
City Play.
If you've got a complaint about me, then call me the HR department.
The HR department never reply. I've contacted them so many times about being...
Hang on.
Being mean.
Stop emailing us with complaints about him. He's the greatest. Send. What?
I think I've just got an email.
It's probably from HR. Why don't you have a look at it at the end of the episode?
Okay.
See you all tomorrow for the telling of the untold legends.
Yay.
Such idiots. How do we have a show?
I don't know.